Peoples, what's going on? It's your boy Finesse, and as you can see, I'm in the Finesse Studios, right? So this video is going to be my install of my LED lights on my 21 Challenger. So I did not do like in-depth, when I took this off, when I put that on, because it would have been like a 2-hour video, right? So and that's what it took. It took about 2 hours to do the install. Just a few things to note, and I say this in the video too, but these are things that are important, right? That I feel that are important. One, you're gonna need some double-sided 3M tape. Hands down, no doubt, that you're gonna need that. Two, routing wires. You got to be careful where you're placing wires, so that one, it's not in a pinch area, or it interferes with some operation of the bike, whether it be suspension, turning, or what have you. Also in the video, I did not go over the remote, but I have it right here. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's a real cheap little remote, but I don't even plan on really using it for the most part, because I have it came with a app for your phone, which is part of the reason why I got this particular light set. And in the video, it has it also which one I specifically purchased. But it has flash, strobe, fade, and then smooth. So fade is like the breathing effect, and then the smooth is just your gradual transitions between colors. And yes, this is the technical term for gradual. Yeah, so it's cool. I may not use. I don't see myself using it, like I said, because I got the app. Also in the video, you're gonna notice that on the first part of it, I'm standing back from the camera because I got it on my tripod, and you can still hear me clear as day, right? And that's because I got new microphones, so I don't have to deal with that other microphone that I had. I mean, it was a good stopgap, but it was cheap, so you get what you pay for. All right, with that, let's get to it. Peoples, what's going on? This is your boy Finesse. Hey, that's JT.
What's up?
And this here is the Challenger. As you can see, we've got it all taken apart and there's stuff everywhere. But what we're doing today is putting on some LED lights that I got off of Amazon. I'll put it up here somewhere in the free space as to what I got and all the accessories and everything else came with it. So we're going to do this in a couple of stages, because one, it's hot and I want to run the fan. And two, this is the first time I'm doing it, so I don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna go through the instructions and figure it out. Still haven't disconnected the battery yet, so we got to do that too. But what I'm gonna do first is get all the LED lights in the places where I want them, and then run the wires, hide the wires, connect it to power, and then put it back together. At least that's the way it should go. If in a perfect world, but I'm sure we're gonna have issues here and there.
Imperfect situations.
Yeah, just about everything that happens here.
Every day you wake up is imperfect.
All right, enough jibber jabbing. We're gonna get this done, and then if I run into some issues or whatever, I'll pop in and
we'll let you know.
Yeah, there you go. We'll let you know. All right, y'all. So I'm on the floor, and you see we still got the bike apart. So what we did was we placed the lights up under the tank. I got lights on the swing arm. I have lights on the saddlebags back there. You can see it on that one. And then I put some lights under here, and I also put some lights in the snout. So that my thought is I want it like breathing right when I'm parked. However, right, so I got the seat off. Depending on where you're putting your stuff, you don't even need to take the seat off. But I haven't run the wires to it yet, so maybe I did need to take the seat off. But as it sits right now, I didn't need to take it off because the battery is down here. It is pretty simple to get to. So, you know, that's a plus because all of the stuff that's in the front is moving towards the battery and everything else in the back is moving towards the battery. The only thing we had to change was the tank ones because I had those switched around because I thought the battery would be here, but it's up front. So, did I miss anything, JT?
I think you got it.
Yeah, wherever he is, he's behind the bike. You can't see him.
Working hard.
Yeah. Oh, and then the remote I put inside of here, so it's inside this pocket. So it's like the kill switch or whatever. So you're not draining the battery.
I do not fix bikes for a living. No liability on me.
So the only thing that I did not do was the brake light because it has the option to, when you hit the brakes, everything turns red. I'm going to do that later, but I got to figure out what the battery is. I could look it up online, but I don't have time for it right now because it's hot and you see me sweating. But I'm going to just go down to the dealership and talk to those guys and see where it's at. I mean, it's pretty easy. There's like a little pocket in there where the battery is. So it's going to be easy to get access to it. But what we're going to do right now is connect all the extensions to the box. Then we're going to connect the battery. And before I button everything up, I'm going to give it a test. And after that, we should be done. So, yeah. All right. Let's get back to it. All right, y'all. What's going on? It is day 2. I didn't get to finish last night because I had to make a run to Jacksonville, Florida. And I didn't get home till 4 a.m., which that's a whole thing. And it's like, what? It's like 10:30 right now. So I really want to get this done. Obviously, I don't want to rush, so we're going to go through it. But what I'm going to do right now is show you how far I got, and then I'll get back cracking. So, I've got one of them down here, right? And you see that's the wire for the speed sensor, I believe. Speed sensor or ABS or something. I'm pretty sure it's a speed sensor. Long story short, I don't know what it is, but it's there. So I got that wire coming through and it's feeding down. And then I also have another wire right here that I routed, and this is going to be for the saddlebag. And last night I was saying that I wasn't sure that I really needed to take the seat off, but I did, because on this side, as JT's taking a break, I got the LED light down here for this side, and then there's going to be the saddlebag, and I got the 2 wires for that, the 2 leads. So there's this little hole here where the saddlebag wire goes to, so I used that and went up around inside here, down through there, and then I come around that way, so I'm not messing, it's not around the heat of the engine, at least not the bulk of it. Actually, this wire here, I may end up, no, because that's the suspension, so it's going to stay there. I don't think that's going to be an issue. So, so I think the back half is pretty much done and routed. I got all the leads coming right here. And then I got all the leads to the bundle right here. So basically I just have to connect those 2 and then hide the wires. So there's a little plastic shroud here that I took off. There's only like 2 little clips on it, and that was pretty easy. So I took that off. People are yelling, so don't mind them if you hear them in the background. It's early in the finesse house and we still yell, who cares? All right, so so now I just got the wires in the front that I got to get managed, and then button up the battery. We'll turn the lights out in the garage, and then, oh boy. All right, look, I'm gonna cut this short right now because things are happening. Things are happening. So we're gonna get this together, and then I'll show you what I got. All right, so job complete. And by the power of editing, you didn't see that we already did this once.
Take 2.
So basically what I did is I took a really cool picture with a whole bunch of conversation that you didn't even get to hear. So, Anyway, moving on.
I'll listen again. Go ahead.
Yeah. So everything's done. I got it all lit up. The process of putting these lights in, I did not drill any holes. I didn't undo any fasteners. It was simply plug, play, hide the wires, and make everything look as neat as possible. All right. So I got two, I call them snouts. I got two lights in the snouts. I got lights on each of the floorboards. I got lights on the lower part of the swing arm, and I also have lights on the saddlebags. And then obviously the gas tank, I got them under there too. So when I was getting ready to put this on, I did some research, and I was looking at a few of the other guys that was doing their installs, and they were saying that the tape that comes on the lights isn't necessarily the best. So luckily for me, I already had some 3M tape, some double-sided 3M tape. So for the swing arms, for the floorboards, and for the gas tank, that's what I used. For the snouts, I went ahead and used whatever came with it, because if that happens to fall out, it's not like it's going to get caught up in my wheel or whatever. I can still see that, and I can catch it. So it's not a big deal. I'm not too worried about it. And like I said, everything else was just hiding the wires. So for this side, I went through the saddlebag wire harness that's in there. I went through the seat, down and around, and then all the wires come out through here. So this is for everything in the back of the bike. So the two saddlebags and the two swing arms. So all those wires come down here, and they're all nice and neatly tucked in, running across the bottom. Yeah, I just went across where the factory lines went, so I didn't have any issue. And then there's a bundle of wires that's in there, but the factory also has a bundle of wires that's in that compartment too. So all I did was I bound them together, zip tied them, did some electrical tape, and attached them to that bundle. So everything is nice and neat. And I did the same thing up here inside. I mean, this is really the only wire that's out of place, so to speak, but there's really nowhere to attach that. I mean, I guess I probably could have did it to that, but that doesn't really matter. I'm not too worried about that. But the real bundle is right down in there. You probably can't even really see it too good. But I have full motion with the handlebars. There's no interference anywhere. I left slack on the swing arm up under under this cover here. So when the swing arm moves up and down, there's no issues there. All the wiring for the gas tank on both sides goes up and over around where these are, and then that goes up into the fairing and over to the other side. And then down here where the radiator is, there's already this line that comes down, so I just attached that to that and ran it down through. So everything is like in a factory position, real clean. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to see any wires, because if I did, it'd freak me out. So the only thing other than that left to do is going to be give it a test. So I'll test drive it, I'll do a test out in the parking lot later. I'll go through all the features of the remote and the app and all that stuff, and then we'll be able to wrap that up. So what do you got? What do you think, JT?
I think overall, it was a very good experience. Would I do it again? Yes, I have my bike to do. So, but no, overall, I think it's good. I think it's going to add a lot of visibility at night, especially since your bike is all blacked out. Mm-hmm. Those lights are going to pop, I think, really nice.
But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. I think we're gonna wrap this one up. So we're gonna wrap this part of it up. Part B is at night, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, y'all. So it's about that time to close the video out. So I'm gonna go do some shots around the bike so you can see how the lights look. Let's check it out. So the bike has a bunch of modes. That's on a 7-color cycle. There's a 3-color cycle. There's what you call it, breathe. There's strobe. So you can do a whole bunch of different things with it. So far, I'm liking it, man. It looks pretty cool. I mean, you know, you don't get to see it when you're riding, obviously, but when you have it sitting still, man, it just draws attention to the bike. I like it. So once again, man, I got this off of Amazon. I'll put a link down there what I purchased, and it also included some. Well, it didn't include, but I got some extensions to go with it. And with a bagger, you definitely need extensions, especially running from one side to the other. So we'll keep it on here, see how it does. And like I said, I replaced some of the tape with some 3M tape, which is a must. So definitely get that. And then, like I said, man, the rest of it is just wiring. So what I did was I just tried to follow the natural way the wires flow through the bike from the factory. So it's not like I'm reinventing the wheel, you know what I mean? So if the bundle of wires went from left to right, up to down, you know, I just followed it and attached it to it. It makes sense. But yeah, like I said, man, we'll let this ride for a bit, and then I'll give you another review later on down the road to see how it's faring. All right, y'all. Hey, ride every day, and most importantly, make sure you enjoy it. Peace. All right, y'all. So he's still in the finesse garage. JT has got some saddlebag guards. And we are attempting to remove a screw.
Yeah, exactly what we're doing. You're not accomplishing it.
Yeah. So, that ain't gonna work. Maybe, yeah. So, we'll see. Man, my hat is like so crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Whatever. I don't wear it nowhere.
You still represent the Air Force.
And that's it, man. You can stay true to that blue, man.
They be proud of you.
Anyways, all right, y'all. So not only did we do the install on the Challenger, we also did the install on JT's Roadmaster. So you can't say Chieftain, right? Because the Roadmaster folks get offended when you say Chieftain instead of Roadmaster because they got a fancy seat and a box that goes on the back of the bike, you know. But his Roadmaster, man, that thing looked good with them lights on there. So we'll get a video. I'll probably roll down to his house or something, you know, get him outside, bang on his window or something. Come out, man, come out and play. Anyway, but yeah, we'll do some nighttime stuff and we'll let you see how that goes. All right.